If you're looking for a simple, out-of-the-box, and somewhat inexpensive portable power solution, well, I might just have one here for you. This is the PWRBox-10 MINI portable power box from Powerwerx, and we're going to be talking about it today on KF5 IRE Ham Radio. Now there are two models of the Powerwerx PWRBox Mini series, and that is this one, which is the PWRBox Mini 10, which has a 10 amp hour battery, and its bigger brother, the Powerwerx PWRBox 15 Mini, which has a 15 amp hour battery. And then to step up to batteries larger than 15 amp hours, you have to step up to the Powerwerx Megabox line that supports larger capacity batteries like the Bio-Inno. I've had this power box for about a month now, and I've used it now on several portable activations, and I gotta say, I really like it. It's got great build quality all around. It's just a great box, and I really do gotta say, I think it is a bang for your buck. So in addition to the uses of this power box in ham radio, I do think there are several other applications that it could be used in outside of ham radio, just due to the versatility of the features of this box. So I'm not really going to talk about the other applications outside of ham radio today. I'm just mainly going to focus on using this power box for ham radio. One more thing, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Just helps out the channel and helps this video reach more people. So now with that being said, let's get to the video. So first things first, I want to talk about the pricing of the PWRBox 10 Mini. As of the filming of this video, which is being filmed in early October 2023, the PWRBox 10 is going for about $220, and it is currently on sale at HRO for $204.95. And that is with $15 off as part of their fall discount sale, which runs through October 31st. Now, I bought my PWRBox 10 on sale at HRO during their summer sale, which is actually, I think, the same price as the fall sale is right now. So I just want to throw that out there. The PWRBox 10 Mini is also on sale through Gigaparts for $219 with free shipping, and through Powerwerx directly for $199 currently. And I just wanted to say real quick, I'm not sponsored by Powerwerx or any of the other vendors that I mentioned. I bought this power box with my own money, and I just wanted to do a review on it. So now that we got the pricing out of the way, now I just want to talk about some of the technical features that the Powerwerx PWRBox 10 Mini has. So these technical details that I'm showing you right now are all available on Powerwerx's website in the details of the Powerwerx PWRBox 10 Mini. The battery is a 12 volt, 10 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery, also better known as a LiFePO4 battery. The charging voltage is up to 14.6 volts, and the battery charges off of an AC/DC battery charger with Anderson power pole connectors that plugs right into the power poles on the side of the power box, or directly to the battery itself. There are two Anderson power pole connectors on the side of the PWRBox 10, and that's the same ones that you can use to charge the battery itself, that are protected by a 20 amp inline fuse. The PWRBox 10 also has a 15 amp red lit circuit breaker switch that powers the voltmeter, and the two quick charge USB ports that are rated up to 2.6 amps at 5 volts for device charging to charge devices like phones, iPads, USB powered computer monitors, and other things as well. And the 15 amp breaker also powers the 12 volt automotive accessory socket. So the max current draw rating on the 12 volt auto accessory socket is 15 amps. And the max current draw rating combined across all the ports is 20 amps. Powerwerx says that the operating temperature ranges from 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 10 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. I personally have not tested the PWRBox Mini in these extreme temperature climates, so I can't really review that portion of the PWRBox 10. The PWRBox 10 Mini has a pretty small footprint compared to other power boxes. It comes in at just 10.75 inches long, 8.9 inches wide, and 4.5 inches deep, and weighs only about 5.4 pounds. So the next thing that I want to show you is this chart from Powerwerx's website. So the chart that I'm showing you right now is on Powerwerx's website, and it just shows you the estimated operation time and amount of charges for consumer devices with a single charge of the PWRBox 10. So the battery size is, of course, like I mentioned earlier, a 10 amp hour battery, or 102 watt hours at 85%. A smartphone ranging from about 5 to 8 watts is estimated of 13 to 20 charges. A tablet such as an iPad ranging from 25 to 40 watts, gets about 2 to 4 charges. A 12 volt QRP radio that is 80% receiving and 20% transmitting has an estimated operation time of about 7 to 9 hours, and the built-in LED work light on the side that is about 3 watts has up to 34 hours. And now on to the review of the PowerBox 10 Mini. Now this review is entirely based off of my own personal experience from taking the PowerBox 10 Mini out portable multiple times now. So I was powering my Yaesu FT891, my MFJ 929 antenna tuner, charging my camera, and charging my iPad while I was out working portable. So the first part of this review section that I want to talk about is some of the pros and cons of the PowerBox 10 that I have found. So the first thing is this thing is very easy to use. Pretty much out of the box, it's really easy to use. I mean, you set it up and you make sure that it's charged by plugging it into the wall port charger, and you can even flip on this handy 12 volt meter on the side of it, which I will talk about a little bit more later. But as you can see, I'm getting about 14.5 volts, so it's fully charged. Again, it's very easy to use. I think anybody can use it. I mean, like I said, you don't have to wire anything up or anything. It comes pre-built. Pull it out of the box, set it up, go use it. So the next pro that I think this thing has going for it, like I mentioned earlier, it's incredibly small size. I mean, look at that. That is just not very big at all. It fits easily in the car. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So if you have a lot of gear, or if you're going to be carrying it long distances, it's not heavy. It only weighs about 5.5 pounds or so. You can easily put all your stuff in your backpack and just carry this down the trail. And also it's not very big when you have it out on the table, when you're running portable at the park or wherever you're at. It's just super nice to be in a small footprint. Another thing that I really like about it is this hard, rugged case. I mean, that is just very, very tough. It's built very, very well. It's kind of like a knockoff Pelican case. Super nice build quality. It's just very tough material, hard, rigid plastic. So the durability aspect of this PowerBox is super nice. So another thing that I found was great about the PowerBox is the battery life. I mean, I was running my radios at like 75 watts one of the days, and I got, I don't know, 2 hours out of it, and it barely even moved the voltmeter. And then I did another activation a few days ago, and I was running probably 90 watts for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Didn't really move it very much either. And then I went out another day with it fully charged and activated 2 parks with it in a day. And I drained that thing all the way down from 14.5 volts down to like 10.5 volts. And I got about 4 to 5 hours of operating on it. And I was going pretty hard on that thing. I mean, it was about 4 to 5 hours nonstop, running at about 90 watts on sideband phone and probably 90 to 100 watts on FT8. So it took a lot to drain the battery on it. So I gotta say the 10 amp hours actually did go a long way. So with that being said, that I drained this battery down in about 4 to 5 hours, I do like the fact that this thing is super easy to change out the battery and put a 15 amp hour battery in it with some slight modifications to the foam and all that. But it's very easy to be able to do that. You might have to change some of the fuses, but other than that, I mean, it's ready to go. You just gotta change some things out and you're ready to go. I need to do some looking, but I think changing it from a 20 amp fuse to a 30 amp fuse would actually just be optional to run maybe a larger radio or something like that. But I need to do a little bit more looking into that, but I definitely know that you can fit the 15 amp hour battery inside of this box because the bigger brother PowerBox 15 is the same dimensions as the PowerBox 10. So I also really do like the 12 volt automotive accessory socket on the PowerBox 10 as well. It's super nice to be able to run things like my Radioddity DB25D if I want to work DMR or 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And all I have to do is take the 12 volt auto accessory plug that the DB25D came with and plug it into the PowerBox, and boom, I'm up ready to go. And I'm sure there's other things that I'll find in the future that I could use the 12 volt automotive accessory socket for in the future as well. So these USB-A sockets are actually pretty handy as well. I've used them to charge things like my iPad, to plug my Sony A7 into, and to charge my OpenSpot and things like that while I'm operating portable. So I gotta say those are super handy. And then on top of that, the voltmeter that's on there is super handy as well. But I do actually think I'm going to end up switching those out with USB-C. I submitted a question to Mike K8MRD Ham Radio Tube a few weeks ago asking how to power a MacBook portable, and he basically just said you can switch out the USB Type A ports for a USB Type C port. He had a great video on that. I highly recommend recommend going checking that out. And really the last feature that I found on this thing that's really cool is this LED light right here on the side of the PowerBox. I mean, this thing is super bright. I mean, that's just really bright. I've used it a few times to light up trails and things like that, or to have some light while I'm packing up my gear at a POD activation. So that's a super nice feature to have on the side of this. I really like it. It's pretty bright at night, especially when you're in a really dark place. It's way brighter than my iPhone, so yeah, I really like that feature, and I think that's a pretty cool addition to this PowerBox. So the last thing that I think this thing has going for it is the ability to use solar panels to charge the PowerBox 10 Mini. So as I'm showing you right now, Powerwerx makes a 60-watt folding solar panel that is compatible with the PowerBox 10. It is the Powerwerx FSP 60 watt, which retails for around $100, not including the Powerwerx MPPT 150 14.6 DC to DC solar charger that retails around $30. So that is it for what I have on the pros. I'm sure there's other things that I'm not thinking about right now, but that was really just the big ones that I want to talk about and highlight. And I think this thing has a lot going for it. Now onto the cons, which I gotta say there is not a whole lot of cons that I've been able to find with the PowerBox 10. So really the first con that I want to talk about is just the foam that's inside of the PowerBox 10, and the inside of it is pretty cheaply made. Mine was falling apart when I bought it from HRO. I didn't even notice it till after I left the store, but I kind of just think that's just like the nature of this foam, the lightweight foam that they're using to construct it. It's just falling apart. I'm gonna have to re-glue it at some point, but that's really not that big of an issue because, like I said earlier, I do plan to switch the 10 amp hour battery out for a 15 amp hour battery in the future, so I'll probably have to make some modifications to that foam anyways. So the next thing that's a con is not really anything that's broken. I'm not sure if it's maybe just because of this type of socket that they used, but the wiring connections to the switch for the LED light look kind of fragile. I'm kind of worried that if something moves around in the box or catches on it, it might shear that right off and break the light, and I'd have to fix that. So that's just something that I think should be noted. Be careful with those because they do look a little bit fragile. And one more thing to note as well, I did initially think that the PowerBox might be waterproof or water resistant, but upon looking further, it does look like there is actually no gaskets around the accessory ports that would make it waterproof. I thought it might be water resistant just because the rubberized port covers, but I guess they're more of dust covers, so that's just something to be aware of. This case does have waterproof seals on the lid, but again, it does not look like the ports themselves are actually waterproof. And like I said, the cons list was pretty short, and that's actually all the cons that I was able to find. So just to wrap things up, like I said, your mileage may vary. This was my review. This was me running my FT891, my MFJ 929 antenna tuner, charging an iPad, and charging a camera. That was just my experience based off of running those things while portable. But like I said, I've used it on some POD activations and some other times that I was out operating portable. And like I said, I just love this PowerBox. It's super easy to use. It's very well built. And man, it's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of features packed into it, and just really the room to have scalability of a larger capacity size battery. That's a huge plus to be able to upgrade my battery size. I really like that about this box, so I can run my 15 amp battery in it when I buy one. And overall, the battery of the PowerBox 10 had great performance. It honestly exceeded my expectations. I did not expect to get 5 to 6 hours out of this battery running dang near 100 watts the whole time. And I ran this thing hard. I made a bunch of contacts on all the outings that I took it on, and like I said, it ran pretty good. It took a while to kill this battery, and it went all the way down to about 10.5 volts. Don't know if that's good for the battery in the long run, but like I said, it ran all day, ran like a champ. I think this thing is a bang for the buck. And for $200, you're getting all these features that are packed into this little box, and it's built pretty well. It feels like it's built really well. Does not feel like it's gonna fall apart. You're getting all that for about $200, so I think this is a good deal. And yes, I would absolutely recommend the Powerwerx PWRBox 10 to anyone looking to get into portable HF or who's looking for a more inexpensive solution to portable power. Again, so many features packed into a super small footprint. I really like this PowerBox. It's working great for me so far, so 2 thumbs up from this guy. And again, your experience may differ depending on what equipment you're planning to use and how much power you're planning to output and what all other devices you're planning to charge. So like I said, this review is just based off of my own experience with the equipment that I was using and the devices that I was charging on it. So So links for everything that I mentioned in this video are going to be down in the description. And let me know what you guys think about the PowerBox 10 Mini in the comments below. And if you have one yourself, let me know what you think about it. What's been your experience? And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It just helps out the channel and helps this video reach more people. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, 73.